Leaving New York City was so bittersweet. It felt like such a milestone to us when we got there, and we were so excited. We traveled across the entire state of New York and down the entire Hudson River. It felt so far. But we didn't realize that we had so many more milestones ahead. Crossing into New Jersey was incredible. I had lived in Buffalo my entire life, and to be able to travel and say that I was living somewhere else was very different to me. We were nervous, but really excited to take on the North Atlantic. The salt, the sea life, it just smelled different. And feel your blue sky so deep in you. I'm blinded by your bittersweet shine. But get what you need, I'll make you feel free. Be mine tonight and feel your blue. We'd heard so much taboo about going from freshwater to saltwater, and really it was the best sail to date. We had the best winds to push us the 80 miles down the coast. It took about 17 hours and we arrived in the dark, but it was amazing. I'll never forget it.
This is United States Coast Guard, Sector Delaware Bay, out.
Barnegat, New Jersey, where we'd call home for a few days while we waited out some bad weather. But what we didn't know yet is that this place, this time, would become ever so important in our journey and in our lives. We made our acquaintance with the neighboring sailboat in the anchorage, and these were the first sailors, the first cruisers that we had seen on our trip so far, so this was special to us. And we didn't know it, but they would become ever so important over the next 24 hours. We had watched weather for days as we traveled down the coast running from this hurricane, but it seemed like no matter what we did, she would aim right where we were. So with nothing else to do but hunker down and get ready, that's what we did. We found a decent anchorage as far as we could get and did our best. At the time, it was our best. But we quickly learned we needed more. Here. A lot.
Here?
Here. It got nasty out really quick.
Wind pickup?
Yep. I know. A lot of water. The conditions intensified as the weather amplified, and I slowly began to wonder if something was going to go wrong. Paying attention to that little dot next to that's our dragon in here. Just a little bit, but it could be a stretch. Go check the anchor. Every single vessel in this bay started to drag. First it was a day sailor close to the shore. It began slamming against the dock. Then a large motor yacht began to drag that we didn't think anyone was on until the running lights came on. She was already almost ashore. She was in a dangerous position. That vessel struggled her way to the front of the line, but it was right in front of our boat. They start to reset their anchor right on our bow, maybe no more than 150 feet, and start to drag it all over again, with us to her lead. There was nothing I could do but maintain our vessel. We seemed to be the only boat that hadn't moved yet. Check bilges. But with this vessel drifting dangerously close to ours, we had new problems. My biggest fear turned to reality as I watched her drift right over where our anchor was. She dragged all the way past our port side, all the way to our stern. And this motor yacht's last attempt to keep her from the shore put her in a collision course right for our stern. She got so close, I just screamed, "Please turn away."
Motor vessel in Barnegat Bay. Are you on 16? Over.
A woman then appeared through a cockpit door and she cried, "I'm trying."
What?
They narrowly missed our vessel from about 10 feet.
They have no anchor. They're not dragging no more. They have no anchor.
So with that crisis averted, we were back to our main mission. Keep our vessels still.
How you guys want to do this?
Our neighboring yacht sailing vessel Farina with Captain Kevin, Jeremy, Victoria, and Kelly did the impossible to help us.
They came to help us. His outboard is now flooded. So he's trying to get it started so he can get back over to his boat. Boat life.
They were forced to row back and got stuck on the dock until their engine worked again.
That's how close we are to shore. We did not start off that close, I promise. We're maybe 30 feet from being grounded. Not good.
And this was the point, we couldn't film anymore. Our safety was our top priority. We made the call. Mayday, 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 U.S. Coast Guard, U.S. Coast Guard, U.S. Coast Guard. This is sailing vessel Caprice. Mayday. Vessel has been beached and is slamming violently ashore, requesting immediate evacuation of 3 souls. 39 degrees north, 45 minutes, 461 seconds. Break. 74 degrees west, 7 minutes, 024 seconds. Will remain on standby on 16 hours. On October 29th, 2020, the remnants of Hurricane Zeta swept across the states to the east coast. Anchored in Barnegat Bay, New Jersey, we were hit with devastating force. A forecast calling for 30-knot gusts sustained well over 50 knots all night. At 2100, I called Mayday and made the order to abandon ship, and we watched Caprice slam ashore with all 3 souls safely aboard a U.S. Coast Guard vessel. This is not the end.
Warning in the bank Friday afternoon. Tonight, northeast winds 25 to 30 knots. With gusts up to 40 knots, diminishing to 20 to 25 knots. With gusts of 30 knots after midnight. Sea 6 to 9 feet. Rain likely. Flow mainly from the southeast down the various southeast.
All the trips we had, our adventures, all the waterfalls and the wild waters.
We refused to let these memories that we had made on this journey and before to end.
Counting all the shadows.
We refused to accept defeat. We knew what had happened.
Now we're in the
We had gone over it 1,000 times.
Wanna feel your
From the moment we left Buffalo, from the Hudson to New York City, we were here, and we would get out. So we took a damage assessment. We asked for help. We humbled our souls, and we repaired our home. And if you've considered becoming a patron for our exclusive content, your contributions help drive our journey forward and bring this ship safely back to shore. You can learn more by searching patreon.com/sailing vessel Caprice. Thank you to each and every one of you that helped us during this time. You kept us afloat.